Lesson 9. Time for everything. There's a time to run and a time to walk. There's a time for silence, a time for talk. There's a time for work and a time for play. There's a time for sleep at the close of day. There's a time for everything you do, for children and grown-ups too. A time to stand up and a time to sit, but see that the time and actions fit. Now, my dear children, let me explain this poem to you. The first two lines, there's a time to run and a time to walk. Now, for example, if you are taking part in a running race and at the blow of a whistle, what will you do? Surely you will run. So this is a time to run and you need to run. So there's a time to run and a time to walk. Now, for example, you are in a class and teacher is asking you to walk down the corridors in a straight line. What will you do? You will of course walk in a straight line. So that is how we say that it's a time to walk. The next line says, there's a time for silence, a time for talk. In case you move to a library or a hospital, what will you do? You will be silent. You will not make noise. So this is a time for silence, a time for talk. Now, if teacher asks you a question, you will surely answer. So this is a time to talk. So for everything there's a time. The next two lines, there's a time for work and a time for play. There's a time for sleep at the close of day. Now, you are small children. What is your work? To study. What is mama's work? To cook. So there's a time to work, and if you work at the right time, everything will be right. And a time for play. If you finish your work on time, you can play at the right time. There's a time for sleep at the close of day. That means at the end of the day, you need to rest. That's the time for you to sleep. Now we move to the next stanza. There's a time for everything you do, for children and for grown-ups too. That means that there is time for everything that we do, no matter what it is, everything as its proper time. That is not only for children but also for grown-ups, that is, the elder people. The next two lines, a time to stand up and a time to sit. But see that the time and actions fit. Now, a time to stand up. In case you are in a classroom, teacher calls out to your name, what will you do? You will stand up. And now you are working on something, or you're sitting and drawing, or you're writing something from the blackboard. What will you do? You will sit and do your work. So there's a time to stand up and a time to sit. But see that the time and actions fit. That means you do everything at the right time. Every action has a proper time. With this, we come to the end of the poem. Now, don't forget to subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon so that you may be notified as soon as I post a new video. Thank you.